So this is the donor vehicle for my power racing car. It's a perfectly good handicap scooter that I got off of Craigslist for $150. It's fully functional, everything on it works. The batteries need to be replaced, but I wasn't going to use the batteries that came in it anyways just because of the size and weight. This is what it looked like when I had it stripped down to the frame. This is what it looked like when I was putting the main pieces together. To make the shape on the top of the disc, I started with a disc that I made out of 1/4-inch plywood, and then I formed the shapes that needs to be on top out of construction styrofoam, like the styrofoam insulation you put in your house, the hard styrofoam. And then I coated it with 4 coats of polyurethane to keep the fiberglass resin from eating into the styrofoam. Then this picture shows right when I put the fiberglass cloth on, and then after several coats of fiberglass resin and quite a bit of sanding. And here is the final product. I ended up moving the seat forward about 3 inches and chopping about 3 inches off the steering column to lower it. The rest of the drivetrain is pretty much the way it was when it was a scooter. I did relocate the throttle. The throttle used to be right there on the steering column, but I thought it'd be easier to use if it was down as a foot pedal, so I moved it to a foot pedal location. Now, the coolest thing about it is the engines double as t-shirt cannons. This is the control panel. To fire the cannons, the first thing we have to do is aim them. So I'm going to aim the left one. And then we're going to aim the right one. The mechanism that allows them to angle up is a car power window motor on a cam I built. And as you can see, it goes up and then can come back down. And the next step is we need to open the front of the engines. So we'll open the front of the left one, and then we'll open the front of the right one. And then the next step is to make sure we don't accidentally fire them with the covers closed. There's a arm button for each of the two, and then we just fire them. The other things on the control panel here, this is the speed control from the old scooter, and this is a master on-off switch for the drive system, and this is a simple battery gauge. I was able to maintain the tilt steering when I chopped this 3 inches out of the steering column. So the way the t-shirt cannons work is each one of those tubes is a thin wall 4-inch PVC pipe, and inside of it is schedule 40 3-inch and 2-inch. So if we look at the end, you can see the air chuck and the pressure gauge. That's a 3-inch schedule 40 PVC air chamber. And the air chamber goes up right about to here or so.
there to the back. And then there is a 1-inch lawn sprinkler valve. That's what the solenoid sticking out of the side of the engine is right here. Same thing over there. And then it goes down to a 2-inch barrel where we stick the t-shirt. So if I open the front of this, the front opens with a spring to shove it open, and then it's a 24-volt DC solenoid. And then that's looking into the end of the t-shirt barrel. It's 2-inch. So between the 3-inch diameter air chamber and the 2-inch actual barrel to stick the t-shirt in, they go pretty well. I only had about 40 pounds of air pressure in here when I just shot those t-shirts, so it could go a whole lot further than it did with this little test. And in the back, pull these 2 pins out, back comes off, and inside here is the motor controller, the 24 volts for the engine, 6 volts to power the power window motors, to aim the cannons, the main engine connection, the drive connection from the handlebars, power connector for the charger. This is basically the motor controller from the old 3-wheel scooter. I just kind of chopped it down so it actually fit in here. Okay, the batteries are in the front. You get to, you pull these 2 pins out, remove the front, pull the batteries out, disconnect them, connect another set of batteries, and throw it in there, ready to go again. Has the mandatory battery safety switch and the fuse.